Hey guys, welcome back to another video. It's your man Jay Will. So I've been playing with the Moto G4 Play, and it's actually a really nice phone. This is one of those phones that if you don't know, if you don't grab it, you probably won't know how good it is. You might look at the specs on paper and think, ugh, that's not gonna be a good phone. But at a price point of $35, I've been shopping like for the last several days online, and I grabbed this for early access on Best Buy for 35 bucks. Now it's normally 85. This is the Verizon version. It's normally 85. Then it went to 65 several months back, and then for Black Friday they had it for 50 bucks. Well, early access for Cyber Monday it was $34.99. So I definitely jumped on it. I placed more online, obviously, and I went over to Best Buy and picked it up. I've got lots of things coming, lots of good deals that I'm going to show you that I picked up in the next week or so. But the Moto G4 Play is actually a really nice phone. I grabbed a little clear case to put it in. This is a very rugged case, by the way. But this phone itself, it runs stock Android, and it actually runs really well. It's got a 5-inch display. It's got a 720p display. It's actually pretty nice. You wouldn't think that a phone like this would be this good for that price point. Even at $85, it's actually still a really good device. Now I passed over this device because I didn't want to pay $150 for the unlocked version, and then when it went to $85 on Verizon, I was planning on picking it up and reviewing it because I'm definitely a fan of Motorola for their stock Android experience. But even when it hit 50 bucks, I was still shopping. I was like, I gotta get it, and I'm glad I waited because 35 bucks is a steal. Software on here, you get a stock experience, and it is actually pretty solid. 2 gigs of RAM, and I believe this is a 13 megapixel camera on the back. Let me open it up just to be sure here because I shot some video, and it's actually really good. It's an 8 megapixel on the back. This camera is actually pretty solid, man. You would not think that the photos and videos that I'm showing right now, hopefully I've popped it up in the video. Live it up, live it up, live it up. This camera can produce that type of stuff. And you got to think about the average consumer. Again, I've always said it that Motorola has a phone for the average consumer, for the techies, for the mid-range. They've got a phone for everybody, and this is definitely a phone for the average consumer. You got a good camera. You got a front-firing speaker there from the headset. It's got noise cancellation. It has a headphone jack. It's got charging sync on the bottom there. You got a microphone on the front. The build quality feels just like the Moto G line, like the Moto G4. This is just a smaller baby brother, Moto G4 Play. It fits right in line with those phones. There's nothing different. It's just that you lose functionality and features in some things. Like you don't get the twist to turn on the camera, so you can see I have the camera icon there. When I first pulled out the box, I was twisting. I was like, oh shoot, this doesn't have that functionality. But you get a nice color. The color is a nice black color. It's really, really solid, really nice, well built. You don't even need a case, but since I had this case, it was brand new in the package. I was like, man, I'm just gonna throw this on. This case has been sitting for many months because I was supposed to review this phone at launch, but when I saw that price of 150 bucks, I was like, I don't think so. But nonetheless, this phone is actually really good. The performance is really good. Everything about this phone I like, and it fits right in line with the other Moto G phones, the Moto G4s. Now you don't get a fingerprint reader, you get an 8 megapixel camera on the back, but you do get that front-facing speaker, and it's actually pretty good. I can't say that it's not. Just overall experience with the Moto G4, I think it'll make you happy. I think it'll surprise you actually. And normally I put Pixel Launcher on everything, but these run a pretty stock experience. I still might do it, but overall, I think this is a great buy. Even at the $85, now that I have it, I think this is definitely worth picking up. But the unlocked one, I think is $99 for Black Friday, or it was, and regular price on that one I think is $150. And they have the Amazon Ads version. I think they have it for that. But just to me, it was just kind of a no-brainer to grab this for 35 bucks. There's a lot of phones that were on special for the holidays, and I'll be showing you those phones because I purchased several phones. This is just the first one I wanted to start off with. The Moto G4 Play is actually pretty high, and I went ahead and got it, like I said, because I have accessories for it already. Didn't need to do an unboxing or anything like that because this isn't a new phone. It's pretty much just like the Moto G4. It's just smaller. You get a 5-inch display instead of 5.5, 8 megapixel instead of a 13. No laser autofocus, no fingerprint reader or nothing like that. And the processor, I believe, is like a 210 or so. I don't even know what 410. I don't even know what it is. Somebody can type it in the comments if they want to. But the experience is what I care more about. And the experience on here is actually really nice, man. I wasn't expecting it. I was expecting it to be sluggish. And shout out to Hear Me Raw. He reviewed this, and he was like, this is really good. You should check it out. And I was like, I'm gonna grab that when the price is right. And once again, the price was right. So I'm pulling up the specs real quick. So it's got 2 gigs of RAM, 5-inch 720p display, 8 megapixel on the back, a 2800 removable battery, mind you. And it's got it's an IPS display. It's running the latest Android, and it's getting an upgrade to Nougat, which is just crazy. It's a Snapdragon 410. That's what's inside of here, and it's expandable storage. It's got 16 gigs built on. Like, that's just crazy. And the rear camera is 2.2 aperture, and the front is a 5 megapixel. And the rear shoots at 1080p at 30 frames per second. And I'll put some video up so you can check that out. Quick video sample with the Moto G4 Play, just up in my office, and I didn't want to go outside. It's kind of late at night, so some video from my junky desk. It has Wi-Fi. It doesn't have the 5 gigahertz band, but it does have the 2.4 gigahertz band, which is cool. FM radio, USB 2.0. This is just a fantastic buy, and you look at the price point, even at 85 bucks, it's kind of a good one, man. Now that I have it, shout out to Mike Dixon, he reviewed it as well too. Yeah, this is a great phone. So I'll have more footage on this. I'm going to actually use this and tell you what I think about it. I'll do a review later on because I have so many phones that I purchased. It's going to be a slow process, and I actually like to use them before I actually do a review. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually get some hands-on time with this, and maybe in a week or two I'll follow up and let you know how much I really like it or dislike it. So for now, it's your man Jay Will. I will see you guys in the next video. Take care.